Welcome to 𝐒𝐻𝐈 Yoga. In today's class we're opening the front of the body into the hip flexors, also stimulating both the stomach and spleen meridians associated with the emotion of worry, bringing balance to the body here today. Come into a child position. You could use a cushion under your pelvis. The head can be supported and the arms in any position that suits your body. Soften your eyes, relaxing the shoulders, release into the lower back, allowing the spine to round. Soften the belly. Begin to notice the natural breath you can feel within the body, observing each inhale, each exhale, and the natural space between each breath. Not worrying if the mind wonders. This happens to everybody. Gently practice bringing the awareness back. As you begin to stay with the breath here, experience your breathing and the small variations that may be taking place. Notice whether your breath is comfortable or uncomfortable. Do you have a smooth rhythm or is the breath jagged? Allowing yourself to observe the breath as it is. Beginning to create a more relaxed, smooth breath here. Taking the inhale to the back of the heart. Observing the space, how the body expands. And with each exhale, inviting a sense of softness to both body and mind. There's no force, no strain. It's a smooth, comfortable rhythm that suits you. Bringing the awareness back to your body now. Rolling out of your child, and we're going to come high on the knees. The knees can be under the hips or wider, folding forward into our melting heart position. And you could use a bolster, pillows or cushions to support the body. If your head does not touch the floor here, again just use support. And the arms can be wider to create some space around the neck and shoulders. Our target here is the front of the body. It's a 3-minute hold, so do make sure you're comfortable. Beginning to draw the front of your hips back, lifting the pelvis, the sit bones towards the sky. Bringing the breath back into the back of the body, feeling the space here. As you soften with each exhale, melting the heart center towards the floor. Making sure the breath is comfortable, there's no strain, and allowing the breath to bring a mindful meditation as we hold the pose here. As we hold the pose here, we're compressing along the spine, which stimulates the urinemie bladder lines. But as we open the heart center and feel the stretch through the chest, we're also stimulating into both the stomach and spleen meridians. Slowly and mindfully coming out of the pose now. Popping yourself onto the front or the back of the body. Relaxing the shoulders, the weight of the pelvis here. As we take a moment for our rebound. As you come into stillness here, just notice how the back and the front of the body feels as it begins to release from the previous shape. Coming onto the front if you're on your back. We're going to come into a Sphinx position. You could take the legs slightly wider here to release the compression within the lower back as you pop yourself onto your elbows to lift through the front of the body. Head can be supported with a block. If you'd like to go deeper, we could take the shape into the seal position. We can create height by using bolsters or cushions to rest the elbows. To increase the height, you could place blocks under your bolster or use additional cushions here. And you have the option to work with straight arms if you prefer. Relaxing the shoulders, the head. Release the weight of the pelvis, the weight of the thighs. It's a 5-minute hold. Make sure you're comfortable. Bringing the awareness back to the breath here. Creating a comfortable, smooth breathing. Feeling the space with each inhale. And bringing a sense of softness to the body as you let go with each exhale. As you begin to work with your breath here, release the weight of the bones of the body, releasing the weight of your pelvis, the weight of the spine, and staying receptive to how the body begins to respond as we hold the pose. Resist all efforts of holding the position and really offering a sense of surrender with each exhale. We're stimulating the urinemary bladder and kidney lines at the back of the body through the lower back and sacrum, and also our focus today, both the stomach and spleen meridians through the top of your legs. As we're holding this shape for 5 minutes, do allow yourself to be fluid. If you find the position becomes painful, allow yourself to reduce the height. We can always take it deeper or come out a little, depending on the messages of your body. Mindfully and slowly coming out of the pose now, taking your time here and popping any props to the side of the mat. Let's take our rebound here. You can be on the front or the back of the body. Soft shoulders. Relaxing the weight of your spine, the weight of the pelvis. Keeping your awareness on the front of the pelvis and the lower back. And just observe how these parts of the body begin to melt and release as we let go here. Coming onto the front of the body if you're on your back. When you're ready, pushing into the hands to come back into our melting heart position here. Again, you could use bolsters or blocks to support the body. Arms can be wider to create a little more space. Drawing the hips back. Draw the pelvis, the sit bones towards the sky as we open through the front of the body. Melting the heart towards the ground with each exhale. Notice if the position feels any different. And still using the breath as a mindful meditation. Creating that comfortable, steady rhythm. And staying receptive to how the body melts deeper into its own shape. pushing into your hands now and bringing the hands under the shoulders. You may wish to come onto the fingertips to create a static cat here as we round the spine. Flattening the hands, spreading the fingers to come into a downward dog here. Keeping the legs bent to begin with as you create space through the front of the body. You could walk your feet here to release the back of your legs. Drawing the front of the hips back, lifting the sit bones towards the sky. Legs can be bent or straight as you breathe into the back of the body here. Stepping forward when you're ready with the right foot. Drop that left knee. You could use padding under the back knee. And bring in the right knee over towards the toes. You could use blocks here of different heights to support the body. As we come into an overstepping dragon position. The further back the blocks, the more upright your position. You could also bring your right hand to that right thigh and the left hand towards the back leg. Going deeper now into our hip flexors at the front of the left side of your pelvis, opening through the front of the body as we stimulate into both the stomach and spleen meridian here. It's a 3-minute hold. Make sure you're comfortable. Once you have your position, bring in the focus back to the breath. Bring in a sense of no effort as you let go with each exhale. As we begin to surrender a little more into the shape, just stay receptive to how the weight of your pelvis begins to release deeper into the pose. Be mindful of any micro movements you can feel of how the body begins to release and open as you allow yourself to relax. Remember, we can be fluid within the shape. If it feels too much, reduce your height a little. Listen and honor any messages the body does offer. Mindfully and slowly dropping the hands back to your mat and stepping back into a downward dog here. Again, the legs can be bent or straight. Open the front of the body as you draw the hips back. Breathing into the back of the body here. Stepping forward with that left foot when you're ready to come into our Overstepping Dragon on this side. Remember your options. You could use padding for that back knee, blocks to support the body, or the left hand can be on the thigh with the right hand at the back leg. Just notice if this side is easier or maybe more difficult. Finding your position here and bringing the focus back to your breath. Staying receptive to how the body softens as you bring a sense of no effort back to the pose. Dropping the hands to step back again into our downward dog here. Open the front of the body, drawing the hips back. Just feeling the soft breath at the back of the heart. Releasing a little more here with each exhale. And bringing the knees down into your child's pose when you feel ready. Once you come into child, you could use a cushion under the pelvis or have the head supported. Arms and shoulders soft. Relaxing the lower back. Soften the belly. and feeling the breath at the back of the body here. Bringing a sense of surrender and staying receptive to how the body responds as you let go. Rolling out of your child to come towards the front of your mat now. Our next pose is the saddle shape. I'm just going to demonstrate how you can use both blocks and bolsters of various heights to support you within this pose. You can also use cushions or pillows, anything you have around the home. Bring your support to your mat. Turn the body so you're on your knees with the support against the lower back. We're going to bring the hips into an internal rotation, placing the feet at the side of the pelvis. If you're struggling with this position, you could sit on top of your feet, using support under the body or around the lower back. Once you have your position of the legs, allow the body to come back to the support. Arms can be behind the body or at the side. If you wish to reduce your height, you could use a cushion or maybe even just the floor. The knees can be together or wider. Make sure there's no shooting pain coming from the kneecaps. Our target again is both the spleen and stomach meridians, front of the thighs, the hip flexors at the front of your pelvis, and through the front of the body. It will be a 5-minute hold, so make sure you're comfortable. Soften the shoulders, the face, making sure the lower back is comfortable. When you're ready, bring in the focus back to the breath here and finding that steady rhythm, no forcing or strain. We can sometimes experience emotional holding patterns within the body. We may not even be aware of this holding pattern or what it may relate to. Effects of our experiences through life can continue to affect us in both body and mind, and this can be consciously or subconsciously. Every act, emotion, even excessive worry and anxiety are concerns in the back of our minds all these different emotions can result with a holding pattern within the body. As part of our practice, we're able to start releasing such held emotions by working gently with the breath and with the shape. As you work with your breath here now for the final part of the pose, begin to direct your breath into the space all the way down to your pelvis. Imagine the breath is touching this space. Working with a comfortable extended exhale, begin to release all effort here, releasing the weight of your pelvis, the weight of the hips, the lower back, and really offering a sense of surrender in whichever shape you've chosen today, letting go of all efforts as you bring this conscious relaxation to your body. Notice what happens. Is there a part of your body that begins to slowly open, letting go of any grip and any holding on? Mindfully and slowly now, beginning to lift from the saddle pose. Use your hands and elbows to support you coming out. As you come back to kneeling, just take a breath here. Take a child pose or a downward dog here. If you're in downward dog, opening through the front of the body, drawing the hips back and breathing into the back of the heart here. Releasing into a child pose now if you've taken a downward dog. Make sure you feel supported. Relaxing the shoulders, the head. Bring in some softness to the lower back, the belly. Allowing a sense of no effort to release the body completely now. rolling out of your child and coming onto the back of the body. Legs can be bent or straight. Rolling back your shoulders. And just take a moment here as we release into the ground. Releasing the weight of the pelvis, the spine. And just taking this moment to notice how you're feeling in both body and mind. Bringing the knees to the chest and just hugging the knees to the chest here. Knees can be together or wider. Soft shoulders. Taking the arms to the sides of the body in a T position and drawing the knees over to the left side when you're ready. You could use cushions or blocks to support the legs. Your left hand can be placed on top of the right thigh, and you could use a cushion under your right shoulder if this comes off the floor. We're coming towards the end of the class now, our final shape. Maybe play with the position of your legs to affect the part of the spine that feels good for you in this moment. Once you have your shape, just allowing the breath to do the work here. The breath is steady. Quality, mindful inhale. Letting go with the exhale. We're stimulating the digestive system as we hold our twist. Relaxing the spine from all the work you've done today. And rebalancing the nervous system as we hold the pose. Gently releasing the knees now back to center, hugging the knees here for a moment. And taking the same shape over to the right side when you're ready. Again, getting comfortable using any support you need. Bringing it back to the breath. And really inviting a sense of surrender now. As you allow the body to fully relax, just noticing how comfortable the pose can become. Releasing the knees when you're ready, back to the chest. Just take a moment here to hug the knees. You can also rock the spine into the floor. Moving into our Shavasana now. Choose any position that allows you to relax. Legs could be bent with support under the knees. You could lie flat on your side or on the front of the body. Relaxing the shoulders. Beginning to release the weight of the bones of the body. Allowing the ground to fully support you as you begin to let go here. Allowing the breath to be the focus, to control the mind. And just having this space now to fully release in both body and mind. No effort, no control. Just feeling the weight of the body sinking deeper as you begin to relax here. I will leave you here to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you need to. Give yourself permission to take your time here and just relax. I do hope you've enjoyed the class with me today. Enjoy the rest of your day or evening, and do come back and see me again. Namaste.